Hello, it's me again. In this video, we'll talk about extra practice 2 from tutorial 1. So this is a question. You need to use AGM 3 times to prove for all x, y, z, w greater than 0. We have x plus y plus z plus w over 4 is greater than or equal to the fourth root of x, y, z, w. First of all, if we look at this inequality right here, okay, ignore the hints here. I would say this looks really similar to AGM. Well, our AGM looks like this. I'm going to use green here for my rough work. My AGM looks something like this. Let's see, a plus b over 2 is greater than or equal to square root of AB. As you can see here, we have 4 terms, but AGM only has 2 terms. So my rough work, I would think that, oh, I want to write this side of the inequality to make it look like AGM. So I'm going to turn this into something like this. So that's my first step. So notice that x plus y plus z plus w over 4 can be written as, well, I want it to be something over 2, right? And if you observe this, you'll see that this equals to x plus y over 2 plus z plus w over 2. So that's my first step. I noticed that I can write this term in terms of 2 terms adding together over 2. Now, what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna guess this part is my A, and this part is my B. Okay, so now I'm thinking, oh, I can use AGM here, and let's see what we can get. So this is my A, this is my B, then I would know that this part is greater than or equal to the square root of AB. So that's square root of x plus y over 2 times z plus w over 2. Alright? Now, if we look at this, we'll see that, well, we have one side of what we need to prove already. So we have this side, which is right here already. But this is greater than or equal to this, which is not this. Okay? Now, just by looking at what's inside my square root, let me use another color. Just by looking at what's inside of the square root, I notice that I have this times this. Okay, I think the color is too dark. Let me change to another color. Let's use this. Okay, so I have x plus y over 2 multiplied by z plus w over 2. Now I'm gonna think, oh, those 2 terms actually looks like part of AGM as well. Okay, so look at AGM here. This and this are similar. You can see both terms are average of 2 terms. So here's my guess. My second, let's call this A1, B1. Okay, so my second set of A and B, I'm gonna call it A2 and B2. I'm gonna assume my A2 is X, B2 is Y. Okay, because from this term you can see that, well, X is A here and Y is B here and over 2, right? So this is my second set of A and B. So by this, okay, AGM, let's use it again. This will give us x plus y over 2 is greater than or equal to square root of xy. My third set of a and b are this term. Okay, so my a3 and b3 are coming from this red term. Okay, just by looking at this, I'm gonna say my a3 is z, my b3 is w. Again, if you apply AGM, you can get z plus w over 2 is greater than or equal to square root of zw. So now let's look at what we have. Okay, let me erase everything. Well, we have the orange part, that's set already. We don't need to touch that. Let's look at this part. So the red part, we have this. And then we have, let's use blue. The blue part, we have this. Can we combine them together? Yes, we could. But they are kind of different. If you just multiply the red part and blue part together, you see that they are kind of different from what we need from here. Okay? But let's just multiply them together. Let's call this 1 and call this 2. So I'm gonna multiply 1 and 2 together. And let's see what we get. This will give you x plus y over 2 times z plus w over 2 is greater than or equal to the square root of x, y, z, w. Alright, now, if we look at this, let's call this 3. Okay, let's call this 3. If you observe 3, okay, observe the left-hand side of 3, and let's make it another color. Okay, I'm running out of color options. Let's call this gray part. Okay, look at the left-hand side of, look at this part and the gray part over here. You can see that the only difference between those two is 3 taking square root will give you this gray part. Okay, now your question is, can I take square root? Can I? Yes, you can. Why is that? Because we have x, y, z, w are greater than or equal to 0. So you can take square root, right? For the same reason, when you multiply 1 and 2 together, the sign doesn't change because they are all positive, okay? Let's see, because this is positive, so basically every term are positive, so you don't have to worry about the inequality sign changes. Now let's take the square root on both sides. You'll get over 2 times z plus w over 2 is greater than or equal to the fourth root of x, y, z, w. Alright, once you take the square root, you'll see that, oh, we're almost there. Why is that? Let me erase this part. Why is that? Let me choose another part. The purple part, we have it already. Okay? Now, if you make a summary here, you'll see that, okay, I'm almost done because I know the orange part is greater than or equal to this part, which is greater than or equal to the purple part. Okay, so you can make a summary here. Therefore, oh, I think I should mention that this is because, well, again, because since x plus y over 2 times z plus w over 2 are greater than or equal to 0, and square root of x, y, z, w are greater than or equal to 0. That's why you can take square root on both sides. Okay, now let's make the conclusion. Therefore, x plus y plus z plus w over 4 is greater than or equal to the square root of x plus y over 2 times z plus w over 2, which is greater than or equal to the fourth root of x, y, z, w. Okay? Well, we're almost done. This means that our inequality is proved. Alright. At the beginning I said this is just rough work, and eventually I proved it already. So let's erase all the unnecessary part and make it a formal proof. Okay? So let me erase and add something. Okay, this is necessary, this is unnecessary. So, proof. Alright. Oops. Let me make it a formal proof, right? Proof. Suppose x, y, z, w are all greater than or equal to 0. Notice that we have this, which is greater than or equal to square root of that. And let's add a bracket by AGM. Okay, now let's move this part to this side, and this is let A2 equals to, oh, I don't have A1 anymore. Let's let A1 equals to x, B1 equals to y. By AGM, we have this, okay? And let A2 equals to z, B2 equals to w, then we have this. Alright, now multiply A and 2, 1 and 2 together, you get this, blah blah blah. Okay. Oh. Alright. Alright, so this is a formal proof already. Great.